Hey, what's going on today, lords and ladies? Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year to you all. This is actually the first video I'm recording for 2025. It's episode 24. I wish I kind of timed it where 25 was the first episode of 25, but that's just not how it worked out. But today's going to be a special one today. We are going to try to become a king today. I think that's a great way to celebrate the new year. It's not really hard. It's not going to take us really long to get it. It just requires money that I don't have right now. I'm a little short on money. I mean, I have a lot in the bank, but I'm going to be spending so much of it in a short amount of time that it's actually not really a lot of money. 584, it's not bad. And another thing I'm concerned... Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. Look at all of this chaos in our realm. Our HRE Liege Lord is a moron. He's a one-eyed moron, and he can't run his realm properly. Look at all of these factions fighting against him. This is ridiculous. And now my realm is at risk, since I didn't join the factions. This army could be like, duh, let's just go up here, and these lands seem open to attack, and they're not wrong. They are open to attack, and there's nothing I can do about this army. There's absolutely nothing. I could raise my army up and just dance around them, I guess, but that would be putting my soldiers at risk. I would be taking attrition from having my army raised. And if he decides to just come in here and siege any of my holdings, there is nothing I can do to stop him. So the best thing I can hope for is for this moron to just end his war soon. This is the army I'm concerned with, because he's the closest one. I mean, there's a lot of armies fighting my liege lord that I need to be concerned about, but they're on the other side of the world, basically. He's the closest one. And I can't call in allies because they don't qualify for this. This is not a war I can call them into. So I'm just going to try my best to keep my head down and try to get my kingdom title without getting caught up in this stupid war that my liege lord is fighting. One of 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Same difference. But on a better note, my wife is pregnant again, and we're going to have a lot of children this episode. And I've actually been thinking about this. My wife is already having 5 children, including the one she's carrying, and she's only 24 years old. Do I need to double down on all of my fertility? I think I can relax on my fertility, because the more children that I have, the more complicated my line of succession is going to get. And the son that we have right here is already... Mwah! He's already amazing. So do I want to keep having sons and risk complicating my line of succession in the hope that I'll get something better? The only way that I can have a child that's better is if this one gets upgraded to tier 2. As far as I'm concerned, this is the perfect son. So what I'm going to do is look at my items and see what gives me fertility, if anything. Yeah, this regalia is, but I have nothing to replace it with. I could commission a new one, but... And I need this renown, so this fertility is not going anywhere. I already have the book equipped that is not giving me the fertility, it's giving me the lifestyle experience, so there's nothing I can do there. I have this necklace that's giving me fertility, but it's also giving me renown, which I need. My brother, between the episodes or behind the scenes, the brother that we landed, the one that I forgot to get married off myself, he got married to a stupid woman. And I only have myself to blame for this. So I wanted to help him as quickly as I can, because if I get to my next dynasty legacy... Chance of inheriting new bad congenital traits, or chance of inheriting bad congenital traits, minus 30%. I would be helping his children out. But I don't think I'm going to get there. I haven't made a lot of progress on my... See, this is why renown for me is so important. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about taking restraint. I know it's so early. And I got married to this wife specifically to give me children, but I wasn't expecting an amazing son so damn early. We're 37 years in difference, and that's a decent gap between me and a son, so his age is actually... I mean, younger sons would be better, obviously, but there's like a fine line. If you wait too long to have sons, or if you... like this, if like a super young son comes along really late in my life, by the time I die, he's still going to be 3, or he's still going to be 5. He won't be able to rule the realm. So there's like a fine line I'm trying to balance here to like get a son with amazing traits, but make sure that I don't have them, that they're too young when I die. You know, it's a balancing act, and I think I'm already doing fine. Am I going to take restraint, guys? I don't know. I think I want to get wash your hands first, because I want to prevent, since we can't move around as a landless adventurer anymore, plagues are more threatening since I can't move. So getting this to help protect my children would be nice. But I want to get it into diplomacy to get confidence soon. I have so many... I'm being pulled in so many different directions. We're staying in the learning lifestyle for now. I can switch, but I'm not switching yet. I got some marriages between the episode. There's the most important one right there. I arranged an alliance, or a marriage between one of my daughters, my eldest daughter, and one of the sons of the King of Scotland. Now, I still do have my English alliance, but he's way more powerful. He's got 6,000 men, and look at all these titles that he has. The King of England only has 3,000. He has half as many, and basically half as many titles. So my brother-in-law isn't as strong. And all of his children, all of the daughters that he had died of the measles. There must have been some kind of plague that killed all of his children. So his position right now is super unstable, which is why I felt it necessary to get myself another alliance, because this one might not last. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. This English alliance is going to go away. For some reason or another. Alright, so I told some prisoners to get out, and I should be able to get money for some hooks. Now, since I want to become a king today, what I have to do, first step in that process, is getting myself another duchy title. I can't create the kingdom title without having at least 2 duchies. So I'm forced to do this. And I'm forced to spend money. But I need this duchy title, not only to create the kingdom title, but I have some vassals that are not technically my direct vassals. So the 2 counties that I created, I'm not their direct liege lord, so levies and taxes are reduced because I'm not their rightful liege. But creating this duchy title gets rid of that problem. So that solved opinion problem number 1, money problem number 2, and levy problem number 3, just as a result of doing that. So now we need to save up 500 gold in order to make my kingdom title. And I would like to do that first before I get any more conquest. I have to wait for a truce to end. It's going to end in 5 years, so we should be able to get that first. I'm 19 months away from the claim that I want to fight for, Zealand. This is the most south that we have to go for the rest of our de jure lands in Frisia. And Zealand is actually pretty well developed. It's got 14. We have to keep in mind, I'm trying to shift my domains over into a new duchy, so we're going to start giving away the ones that I have now and trading them for the new ones in the Duchy of Holland, because I want to own all of the de jure land. Most importantly, Amsterdam. This is our domain with farmlands, and the AI was really smart, I'm happy to report. They built the manor houses. So once this county is up to control, money should not be a problem. I'm going to stay on collect taxes until I have enough to create the kingdom title. Then I'll get back to increasing the development. Alright. We're still trying to get to hereditary rule before I die. It says it's gonna take 25 years, but that's another thing that increasing the development will do. It'll speed that up. I'm now an elector. I'm one of the 8 electors that can decide the next ruler. I wish there was an option to stay out of it, but I have to make a choice here. Let's see. The front runner seems to be this ginger kid. And the current HRE ruler, or the current emperor, is voting for this kid too, so I'll just jump on the bandwagon. I'm not voting for myself, even though I could. I'm 4th in line. But in order to avoid this title that I don't want at all, I'll vote for this kid. Alright, this army is still in the neighborhood. I just had a pretty daughter. That's another daughter I could use for whatever reason. To get an alliance or to spread my dynasty. Alright, hold on. We have a Rapunzel, we have a Molly, we need a Mary Beth. I have a tutor, so I can start teaching my kids languages. They're just not old enough yet. So that's something I have to micromanage. Most important is this son. We still haven't learned what his childhood trait is, so I don't even know what kind of education he's going to get yet. That's something I should keep an eye on. Let's keep him open, actually. I'll keep this window open. I'm going to keep this open too, because we might get lucky and we might get to ask the Pope for gold at some point. And that would be well appreciated money. I need it. The sooner I can make this... Once we create the kingdom title, we're going to have our hands full, because we're going to get to interact with our new court. We're going to get another domain limit on top of that, too. And we're going to have to decorate our court, because we're going to get some items made for us. So we're going to have our hands full. I just lost my steward. Oh, no, I just lost my spy master. Do I have a powerful vassal that would be good at the job? I don't. I would love to start giving my powerful vassals jobs, but they just aren't suited to it. I don't have befriend yet, do I? That's one of the ones we haven't gotten yet. I need to get confidant soon. I'm still stressing out a bit. This is a carryover from our previous episode. This character doesn't deal well with stress. I'm unequipping that trinket, and I'm equipping my healing water just for the time being. Until I can get my stress issues under control. At least until I can get confidants. And we're almost there. Alright, so we're starting with wash your hands. I'll grab restraint as well. Then we'll switch into diplomacy. And then work our way down family hierarchy. So now we have another army right here. This is the war that we're concerned with. The one with the 3, like, heart-shaped symbols. This is the one we're watching. Because we want this to end soon. My mom died and I just inherited a bunch of items, which is nice. It actually stressed me out, which is not nice. But I'm going to sell some of these things. I don't need that fertility anymore. My wife is giving me a bunch of kids and we're not trying to double down on fertility. Can I reforge this? Depending on what it gives me, because the modifiers are going to change. Short reign duration, some prestige, but not that much. Powerful vassals +1. The modifiers are really low numbers, but It's a lot. It's a bunch of modifiers. Alright, is there anything else we can reforge? I can't reforge this. I can sell this rabbit's paw. This is definitely worth selling. Get rid of that. Anything I cannot reforge into a court artifact. Oh, no, I don't even have a court yet. I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. I need to be a king first. And we're not there. I just wanted to get the money. That's why I was rushing to do that. Alright, we'll stop selling things at least. Once we figure out whether or not we can convert these things into court artifacts, we'll hold on to them. Oh, no, we do know. We do know. I don't need to be a king. I'm getting rid of this ring. I can create my kingdom title. That ring just put me over the... just tipped me over the edge. I'm not going to have a bunch of gold left over, but... let's become a king now. Before we read all this, let's get the minutia out of the way first. I already know what kind of new crown I want to wear. I've already identified it. It's actually one that I get with a mod. It's this one. I like the design. I like the decoration and the engraving in it. And it's got like these rubies. I like it. And I think this is more grandiose than our duchy crown, but not as grandiose as we could get, because that's reserved for empire titles. So I like this crown. It looks good on him. And my wife deserves a new crown as well. Now, I'm super jealous on the crown she's going to get. She's going to get my exact same crown, but for women, it looks different. It's the same option, but men get a different one than the females do. And I think this is such a sexy crown. If I could wear this one as my duchy crown, I'd probably wear this one. But I guess it does have like a more feminine kind of look to it. But it's perfect for my wife. It looks great on her. It's got green emeralds, I guess. Green jewels, and they match her eyes, so that's her new crown. So if we're going to be royalty, we need the proper attire. Should I start representing my... because I think I have to make a new thumbnail for this episode, so I might as well change his outfit. Every time I increase my rank, I make a new thumbnail for the series. So we're going to give him new clothes, just so it looks fresh for the thumbnail. He's going to represent my dynasty. We're going to give him armor that has my sigil on it. I think there's another one. I'll settle for that one, if I have to. This is the one that I want to do. We'll go with the shinier version. Okay, so now we're properly dressed. So now when we're sitting on our throne, we're going to look the part, and we're going to be dressed properly. As king, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm, and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Sure. Groveling sessions, here we come. Count Charles of Nettersticht, my brother, is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there's also some surprise in his eyes, and maybe some jealousy as well. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Van Der Linde. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. And they better give me renown boosts, and they both do. This one isn't as good as this one, but I'll take them. Alright, so welcome to our new court. We'll start by decorating it. I need to have my Van Der Linde sigil above my head. And then we'll put the other one over here. And I'll reforge one of my items into a pedestal item. Once I can afford it, because it is going to cost money. Now, I could listen to grovelers now, but with my luck, the only thing that people are going to ask for is money, and I don't have it. So we'll wait to listen to grovelers until I can save up. So now we are the king of Frisia, or Frisia. We don't own all the de jure lands yet, but slowly but steadily we'll get there, and my domain limit went up as a result of us being a king. Okay, so I took a bunch of stress when my mom died, and I can't afford to do any events that relieve stress, so I need some kind of stress-relieving stuff to happen. And watch, this isn't going to be it. Ooh, we're not on our throne. This better be good. My benign personal physician, Anthemios, is a true healer, always ready with some subtle remedy or poultice at the first murmurings of a courtier's mildest malady. His talents seem almost wasted, stretched as he is in treating the demanding denizens of the entire Frisian court. Who do we... Oh, focus on me if I get that stress relief. Yes, stress loss minus 10%, or plus 10% for 10 years. Yes, that's perfectly timed. It didn't give me immediate stress relief. Now there's a 3-year-old. My 3-year-old son is doing a jig over here. But at least it helps with stress in some kind of way. It cost me nothing to reforge this Baruch. How about this? Only 1 gold? Maybe I can just reforge them. Oh, this is not an option. I'm selling this one. I need money. Give me exactly 100 now. Since I don't need the fertility, I might as well use this necklace in another way. We'll reforge it into a pedestal item, and I'll get... Even though they're pretty low, it's better than nothing. Same with this. So I cannot reforge this journal into a court artifact, so I'm kind of stuck with it. And I don't need the fertility, so I'm not going to equip it, but it's going to be expensive to... Cost 100 gold to repair. Okay, so we have a little bit of money in our pockets. Doing events is more expensive now that I'm a king. Alright, so money is just really tight. I'm being granted some vassals. It would save me time getting these lands into my realm, into the de jure lands of Frisia, but if I take this guy under my wing, I'm going to be stuck with him, and then I would end up having to revoke his titles anyway. I'm just checking out his allies. They're scattered around. It's just a put to count. He does have a duchy alliance. That's really close. That's his strongest alliance. I'm being offered 2 vassals. I'm just asking myself in my head, if I just take them on and absorb them into the realm, I still want the lands that they own. But if I do what I've been doing, and just doing it the old-fashioned way, getting conquest, I can take the lands that I want without having to supplant these people, because if I take him on, his vassals are getting absorbed too, because I'm inheriting them. But like what I'm trying to do here is get rid of the landed people and install my own family members in here. And if I suck this guy in, I'm just going to be spending most of my time revoking all these people's titles, and I'm going to end up having to fight wars anyway. So I'm declining these. It might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. I'm not taking those vassals on. I'm getting my land the old-fashioned way, through conquest. I don't need to be handed these people. We still have 4 years left on our truce. And these guys are getting closer and closer to my realm, which I am not happy about. Alright, so my liege lord just lost this war against the Byzantine Empire. Of course, the one war that we want him to lose, he seems to be doing the best in. Well, not including this one. Alright, he just lost some progress there. Please lose. I'll do a groveling session in a second. Maybe once we have 200 gold. My realm priest just became my best friend. Another best friend. That's my second best friend. And I don't want best friends, damn it. I want friends, but not best friends. I'm trying to avoid stress. Having best friends is not how you avoid stress. That's diving headfirst into stress. There's an activity available that I could travel to. Maybe we could do this just to relieve some stress, and I can keep myself occupied and get out of here while these guys are rampaging through here. I don't want to be around. The travel time is 9 months. Why am I being offered this? This is all the way in Scandinavia? Yeah, no thank you. I am running low on knights. I want to see if there's any single people in my court, any unmarried adults that I can start getting married off to fill in the empty spaces in my court. I'm losing people. My cousin is on the brink of death, but that's okay. I'm gonna marry her to, like, a really amazing knight. He'll only have to live with her for 5 seconds, and then we can get him married off again to another young woman. And we can start filling this court out. I need knights. I'm low. I only have 6 of 9. 69. Why does that number keep popping up again? Maybe it's just my immaturity noticing that. No, it's definitely my immaturity noticing that. Alright, they have to be really, really young. There's a 19-year-old. He has 20 prowess? He's trusting? His skills aren't great, but he's a young guy, and I like his personality. Trusting makes him really safe to bring in. He won't scheme against me or anything. And we'll get along because we're both bisexual. Alright, I'm inviting him in. Do I have any other single people? Yeah. My physician... He's not going to live much longer. Let's use this as an opportunity to bring in, like, an amazing woman. Who's young. Maybe somebody who can replace him. I don't have any other high intelligence people, or high learning people in my court. Alright, let's get rid of some of these filters. This woman's 47, and she is an herbalist. Maybe she would be a half-decent physician. So I want to have a fallback for when my physician dies, because he's on his way out. Maybe I can get another good intelligence woman? We'll do some of all skills. She might give him one child. He might get her pregnant once or something. Because he's still feeling fine, and she's young enough to have kids. But we'll bring in somebody with a trait so I can get her remarried once he dies. And we need to start filling out my court a little bit here. I do need a wet nurse. She would be a really crappy one. I'm in no rush to fill these positions. We have a lot now because we're a king. But we got the most important ones filled. So I won't fill any more jobs. I want to start saving money anyway. Alright, so how far along are we on our claim? How far along are we on our peace treaty? 4 years still. I'll go speed 5, guys. I'm going pretty slow, but there's a lot happening at once. So a lot of... Like, I'm concerned about my stress. And if I'm concerned about my stress, maybe holding court is not going to be the best option. I'm being raided by raiders, hence the name. I'll take out these raider armies, but I'm not going to fight this army, and it looks like they're headed for my realm. So this isn't looking good, guys. My liege lord is about to lose. It's minus 88. But I can at least beat these raiders, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to raise all my men here. And we'll take these raiders out. And, oh my goodness, this is so appreciated. My jester's doing her damn job, thank you. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. Alright, I got my claim. My marshal will save us a little bit of money. How much loot did we get? I don't think we got any. Oh no, we got some items. Oh no, this is what we got in that that event. The delicious face of Jesus. We're selling the delicious face of Jesus. Because I need money. And now I'm disbanding my army because I don't need them to be raised. Oh, I can't do it while hostile armies are around. Now, there's heresy down in Italy. That doesn't concern me. And I'm disbanding my army now. I don't want to get caught in a battle because it looks like they're coming from my realm now. Here they come. Nope, they're going through it. This battle better win the war. Please, please, please. It did, yes! Okay, so the war's over. We didn't get invaded. Alright, so we have a new liege lord. Ooh, it's a lady now. Let's check her out. How far away is she? She's right next door. She's my next door neighbor, essentially. My liege lords keep getting closer and closer to my realm. It's a bad omen, working its way closer and closer to me. Oh my goodness. Alright, since she's really close, let's go pay homage. Let's get on her good side. We didn't take her side in the war, and they won, so let's show our respect. Let's respect her authority. Really? There's nobody here? This is an empty court. Alright, so this young lady is the ruler. She's on the big chair. He's on the little chair. She's got the big chair. Hail the Kaiserine. And now I got some renown. How close am I to my, We still got a while. Okay, so now I'm free without any concerns of local, chaos going on. Let me check my allies and see if they're at war. The English are not at war, and the Scottish are not at war. And the guy that I want to fight, whose land I want to claim, he is in prison. Oh, but we're still in a truce. Damn it. I was getting excited. So now watch, when that truce ends in 3 years, I'll speed 5 to it. Once that truce ends, both of them are gonna... Watch, England and Scotland are gonna be at war with each other. That's like the worst case scenario. It could happen. They're neighbors, so it could happen. Alright, I suppose while we wait, let's get 150 gold, and then I'll listen to grovelers. My wife hasn't gotten pregnant in a while. Alright, we're declining these vassal offers. We can nominate a new successor since we are an elector now. The guy who lost that war miserably, he's a candidate again. I'm gonna vote for this guy. I'm gonna vote for the guy that won. We're gonna vote for the guy that won his war. He seems like a stronger... He seems more competent. I might live to regret this for some reason in the future, but since we didn't side with him in the war, I'll vote for him. I think that'll give him an opinion gain. He's got 25 now. And our current liege lord is voting for him. Wow, his opinion didn't go up? You'd think it would. Or maybe he doesn't want the job either. He doesn't want it. Now, I shouldn't need to fabricate claims anymore. I think we have access to a new casus belli. We do. We can siege de jure duchy titles, or we can siege de jure county titles. And this is the way we want to do it, since we want to restructure the nobility in these lands. We got to go about it one piece at a time, one county at a time. It's more time consuming, but it's the way I'm doing it. We can always... We're going to use our claim since we have it. It's cheaper compared to the other casus belli. This one's 100. But our claim only is 31. So we'll use our claim for this one, but for the future ones, we'll just use our new casus belli that we have access to, now that we're a king. And now that we're trying to conquer our de jure lands. Alright, I'm going to pause very temporarily and see if my kids need to be instructed in languages. We're going to teach them French first. They already know Dutch. I'm giving this son a diplomacy education. Giving him trusting would help, but I'm going to stress out, and I don't want to. Alright, so I'll wait to influence my son. I still can't teach him a language. And apparently I have some children that are not being educated. I think it's just that daughter. Nope, I have another one. I arranged this marriage, so I'm going to be able to look forward to this guy coming into my court. But she's not an adult yet. She needs a guardian. She needs a stewardship guardian. So my daughter's the only one left, and we haven't learned her childhood trait yet. Oh, I can train for a tournament. Let's see if we can get the strong trait. We failed last time with like a 40 chance. 42% this time. And we didn't get it. RNG is a fickle beast. Who's a fornicator? My sister? She's not in my court. She's in somebody else's court. Alright, I think I have enough money to, Control is 96, control is 84, control is 40. So we need to get back to increasing the control in Holland. I'll increase the development in my own domains if it's worth it. Gwelders is going to take 5 months. Sure, I'll do that. And then we want to move on to Amsterdam at some point with the development. Are there any more factions going against our new liege? Or can we look forward to some stability now, please? Thank you. Oh, my court grandeur. That's something that we didn't check. That's something that I totally forgot to look at. Hey, where's my rug? Is it because my court grandeur went down? Alright, do I have to pay for a few of these? We're gonna stay as an administrative court, so no changes needed there. Whatever the cheapest thing is gonna be, our expected court grandeur is 1, and we are going down below it, so we have to change that. I need to spend some money here, whatever gives me the most amount. Since stress is such an issue for me, doing this improvement up to tier 2 will get us above the court grandeur that we need, because we're expected to be 1. It'll keep us above that, and we can benefit from this stress gain bonus. Like, it'll help us with that. So I think that's worth spending 0.4 gold on. Don't really need prestige yet. This stress loss only helps with courtiers and guests, whereas this helps me, so I'm not going to do this. Alright, that's the only one we're improving, and it serves our purpose of getting us above where our court grandeur needs to be. So now people can sleep in, you know, pretty nice beds. They're not sleeping on the floor. I gain a friend, as long as it's not a best friend. I just get a friend. For 5 years, stress loss plus 10%. Friends are A-okay. We're just about to get our next perk. Since I don't need fertility, that's the one I would do normally. Let's get the max amount of diplomacy we can get, and let's get down to confidants as quickly as we can here. I want to listen to grovelers now. Judging by how enthusiastically I just said that, I don't really want to. I'm just scared that they're going to cost me money. but we gotta do it. It's our job. We are a king now, so we gotta sit on the big chair and listen to grovelers. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way, so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards me, turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I can count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Alright, who am I predicting is going to be my first groveler? Maybe my brother, who's my vassal? Maybe he wants something. Nope. It's this lady. My liege, the people in your realm need the occasional joyous gathering where they can forget their stresses. Hey, man, you're telling me. I do too. I would gladly finance a feast, even if held under your name, as it's for the good of the Frisia. Though I would duly expect a favor in recompense. We can... She gets a weak hook on me, but she asks me... She'll have some kind of hook on me. She might be able to use that to get money from me, which wouldn't make sense because she's giving me money. Or she can force herself on the council. She doesn't have a contract with me. She's a baron. We don't have a vassal contract. So I really think the worst thing that she could do is force herself on the council somehow, using that. Oh no, she is one of my powerful vassals. I don't get the money if I do this. I don't know what she's going to use this hook on me for. She's going to force herself on the council, I know it. And she's going to replace one of my, like, really good counselors. I'm not going to take the money. The money would have been nice, but we're okay on money right now. I just didn't want to have a hook on me. It's just my instinct. I instinctively don't like hooks being on me. Alright, I was expecting this. I anticipated having to spend some money, but at least I get some stress release out of it. And it improves the control in my county, which will help me with my income. We should watch our income go up slightly after this. 4.0. So now my marshal doesn't have to take as long to increase the control. My wife is pregnant again. It's been a while, so I don't mind. Depending how long it's going to take to increase the development in Amsterdam again, 4 years. Alright, we're going back to collect taxes just for a while. Until I can manage my money problems right now. How are my allies? Still nobody at war. How's our peace treaty coming along? It's over. Our peace treaty is over. Alright, who am I going to call in? The English are closer. I can call them both in if I wanted. The King of England's a little busy. He's going to a tournament all the way in Norway. So he's a little preoccupied. Let's ask our new ally to come and join us. He's the stronger of the two anyway. And since I'm going to be calling in a king, it's the same price to call in a king. He's the more powerful one anyway, so we're getting more bang for our prestigious buck. I need lands. I need to gobble up more land, please. I noticed our realm color went back to gold, but that's okay. We'll keep it as that. I would like to switch our kingdom sigil to our dynasty sigil, but that involves me going into the creator and having to redo the symbol again. I'll do that on my own time. So the next time we play, our symbol will be my dynasty sigil. Oh, and another thing I wanted to do, I forgot to do this because there's so many other things. that we did. This is not the Kingdom of Frisia anymore. This is Vanderland. What would our people be considered if they're Vanderlanders? That's it. Our people are going to be called Vanderlanders, and it's a play on Vanderland. It's Vanderland. I think Dutch would appreciate that. So this is the Kingdom of Vanderland. And there's precedents. I mean, for example, England is a conjunction of, it's the land of the Angles, I believe. So it's just so it's the land of the Angles, Angleland, Angleland. So it's just shortened into England. So this is Vanderland, the land of the Vanderlands. We're still going to keep our name Dutch, and we're not going to change the name of our culture to Vanderland. It's just, I needed to rename it. I'm not a big fan of Frisia. Vanderland is better. Alright, so how many months until my wife gets pregnant, or gives birth? We have 6 months. We're about 10 minutes away from getting to the end of this, and I really want to get this conquest first. So we are ready. And we decided to bring in the King of Scotland. I got too excited. I got distracted with renaming my realm. Now we're fighting a child. This should be, no pun intended, child's play. And I like that we can just absorb this now because we have the domain limit for it. Let's call in the King of Scotland before he gets himself pulled into a war. The drunkard. Stop drinking for 5 seconds and come help me. I need to expand Vanderland. And I didn't mean to rhyme just then. That's just how it worked out. Do I want to fight him? And we could take out his capital first. I haven't raised up my men. Yeah, let's go for he's raising his army over here. So let's fight a battle, and maybe getting his capital will be enough. If we have to come for the war target, we'll come for it. And we definitely have numerical advantage here. Bringing in my ally was overkill. Thank you, Jester. My Jester's been so clutch. We are down to 0 stress, and we didn't have to do a single event. We didn't have to spend money on a single event. My army's pretty expensive, which is another reason why we need to start developing the realm a lot. Alright, so I'm concerned with the person that just died. I lost my antiquarian, but she was married to the guy that I brought in. Where is he? He's a single guy now. Where are you at? Here he is. So now we can use him to bring in another amazing person. At least I think this is him. No, this is him here, but there's another guy that's single too. I'm gonna get them married really quickly, guys. It has to be patrilineal. Sort by sum of all skills. Ooh. I am jealous as hell. Where were these women when I was trying to find a wife for myself? No offense, wifey. I love you. No offense, wifey. You have been perfect. But I'm kind of jealous. This guy's going to get a genius wife. Look how amazing she is. She could help me in so many ways in court. The only thing she has to do is convert to my religion. And her opinion's great, so I shouldn't have trouble doing that. In fact, she's going to marry this guy because he has a trait as well. Oh no, but he's not the Dutch one. He is. Patrilineal. I'll find another amazing wife for this guy, too. I marry my men off the proper way. To wives that are worthy of them. I just don't like her personality. It's kind of weird. She's compassionate and deceitful. She's kind of at conflict with her own personality. And she's only two-dimensional. Ooh. Deceitful people don't like honest people. There's one honest person right here, so he would clash with this guy. He would clash with one of my guests. She would clash... Oh, no, that's trusting. So she would clash with my guest. And she would clash with my knight. That seems to be the only person. Oh, she would clash with this courtier here. Maybe the genius trait isn't necessary. What I really care about are the skills. And she is the best because she's at the top. Alright, so am I willing to bring her in even though she's deceitful? As long as I stay on her good side and she doesn't try to scheme against me, I'll bring her in. Because her intrigue is pretty strong too. 15, that's her second most powerful. So if we get on her bad side, she starts scheming against people, she might end up being an issue. But we're going to bring her in too. And I need to convert those two ladies. And then I promise we're going to fight our war, we'll finish our war, and then we're going to wrap this episode up. This one's 100%. Alright, that's a good start. This one is 97. Good start. They truly live up to their traits. They truly are geniuses. They were smart enough to know that converting was the right option. Fighting against me is not going to get you anywhere. Alright, so my realm priest doesn't have to do much. He can just stay on religious relations for the rest of his life. Because I don't need him to fabricate claims anymore. As their king, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience worth without devotion? All my direct vassals gain plus 15. Every single one of my vassals is a direct vassal now. They're all directly underneath me. We solved the issue where some of these people weren't my rightful vassal, but we solved that. So for 10 years, having plus 15 vassal opinion, it would hit my money a little bit. But we're going to get our money by developing things and building stuff and all that. I guess 5% in the grand scheme isn't that much. I'll be a generous liege. Alright, my daughter just got a martial skill point. Alright, we're gonna start with our son here, who we just learned. He's bossy, so we have to give him a stewardship education. If he's gonna take over as my heir, I don't think giving him a martial education would help him much. I think stewardship would be great. And that's a personality trait that we haven't given one of our rulers. Or not personality, an education. None of our rulers have been stewardship focused. And I will give him an ambitious. I'll take the stress for him. Still can't teach languages. Alright, my ally showed up and fought their army. And he's taking the war target for me. I see that I'm being raided, but there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, I just got another son. I don't know how many more sons I'm going to let my wife have, because... So that's another son. Maybe I'll give my wife one more chance to have a son. Like, if we have another son and he's... Unless he's perfect, I think I'll stop it there, because that'll save me from having to disinherit a bunch of... Or, I don't know. Arthur, Dutch... We need a John. Alright, how much money did they steal from me? 29 golds those raiders are getting away with? Let's see what the game says what would happen. I would win, probably. The quality of my army is better than theirs, even though we're outnumbered. They have more soldiers. Let's try it. I want my money back. I'm not going to let them get away with that. If the game says we're probably going to win, I'm confident. And it was right, but just barely. And we recovered our gold. Let's go help our ally. And then we're going to wrap it up, guys, once we take this. I'm going to have a lot to manage after the war, but I can do that between the episodes. You guys don't need to watch me do it. Alright, I can arrange a marriage. We deal with the raid. I have a perk available. We need to get to confidants. And we can petition the Kaiserine. No, thanks. You have to earn my respect. And didn't we already pay homage to her? Yeah. Alright, I'm sure my ally didn't bring any siege weapons, so that's what we're bringing. So, it'll speed up. Victory. Alright, so that's a free domain. I don't need to move anything. If I switch my wife into anything else, I go down, but we're keeping her here anyway. We can disband our army, get back into the positive money-making. I can ask the Pope for gold. And I will take that with pleasure. With glee, with a smile on my face, I will take that. And I'm still being offered that other vassal. I'm still being offered. And I don't want that. I need to conquer this county for myself, because this is the last piece of the Duchy of Holland that we're trying to build. And then once I have enough land to usurp the... It's going to cost me too much gold, but I can usurp this title. And I don't want to have 3 duchy titles. I can't have. That's too many for me. And I need to destroy the one that doesn't require me having a title. Like, I don't need this duchy title. I'm not using it to lord over anybody. I will at some point. I need this duchy title to lord over the vassals inside Utrecht. And you know what? I'm not going to need the duchy title of Holland. I only need 1 duchy title, but since we're still in... Since we still have Confederate partition, even if I do destroy the duchy title, the game is just going to recreate it. So we permanently have 2 duchy titles, until we can mess with our succession laws and get partition. Okay. So we won the war. Back in the positive money. We listened to grovelers. We became a king. We edited all of our court artifacts. Now that I have some money now... Oh yeah, I forgot to put them up. We're going to put up our 2 artifacts. We're going to put 2 piles of treasure in our court. The most impractical and tacky way to display your wealth. And I don't like that. It's close to these kids. I don't trust these kids. Taking it away. I don't trust these ladies much more, but we'll put it to them. We'll impress the ladies with our piles of treasure. Alright, so this is our new court. Now, we can do whatever we want. We can always just customize it. We can decide to get a different layout. But right now, I think it's fine. It serves our needs right now. Let me double check our court grandeur. Alright, so we're above our expected court grandeur. And that is no longer a problem. Stress is still an issue for me right now. We're ending the episode with some. But our next perk is Confidants. And I do have a lot of friends. We could always use more, though. I'm going to befriend my brother. Okay, everybody. A successful... Oh, yeah, we renamed our realm, Vanderland. We were king. We changed up our crown. We changed up our wife's crown. I need to give my heir some headwear. And this is how I'm going to end it, I promise. I keep dragging this on. And I'm changing his hair. Let's give him long, curly hair. We haven't had a son with... Or we haven't had a ruler with, like, curly hair. Let's give him curly hair. Or maybe not. I'm changing my mind again. We're giving him curly hair. My curly-haired son. I like how the crown that he's wearing, like, bunches up his hair and it causes it to, like, whatever. Anyway, guys, I'm dragging this on. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you're glad we're a king now. I have a lot to do. I've got to create a new thumbnail with my new ruler and his new outfit. So that's going to be fun. But if you enjoyed this episode, I thought it was a lot of fun. But if you enjoyed this one as well, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to... we're not getting close to, but we're working up towards 2,200 subscribers. I've been getting a lot of subs recently, so I really appreciate that. So keep hitting that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below as well if you would like to. And I will see you guys in the next one, episode 25. We'll be coming at you soon, but until then, have a good one, guys.